Hard work, that's what they say. Hard work, I earn my pay. Hard work, do it every day.
Hello, and once again, welcome to another Snipes Castle live episode with your host, Senior Chief D. LaMonica. And again, welcome back. Again, last week's episode with Master Chief Petty Officer Amari Pontiano was awesome. We want to thank him again for coming on. Coming up, we got USS 4 Sherman shipmate, Crystal Roth, our second officer we'll be interviewing. She was a former electrical officer on board USS 4 Sherman. I got Brianna McSwain coming. I got Kenneth Miller, the GS1 God himself, coming on to talk with us. And I got some shipmates from my former ships, Cape St. George, from my first ship, possibly USS Kidd. I can't find these dudes because, you know, on my first ship, there was no internet really. So none of these guys really be on an internet like this. So I got to pick and find them on the internet. So I got one, you know, and he said, I'll think about it now. So I'm going to try to get him on, you know, to this internet thing. But today we got a shipmate from the USS 4 Sherman that we all know and love. And we're going to talk to him today. So without further ado, let me bring him in real strong here, all right? This shipmate of ours joined the United States Navy out of the state of Mississippi and came in as an undesignated fireman, working his way from duty station to duty station and advancing up the ranks. He made his way from the West Coast to the East Coast, where we were honored to meet and serve with him on board the USS 4 Sherman DDG 98 in Norfolk, Virginia, where he made an indelible mark on us, all with his leadership, wisdom, and jokes that put a smile on our faces during good and stressful times. Give it up for the one, the only, for the man we knew as Chief Electricity's Mate, Surface Warfare, Nick Mason, now retired Chief Warrant Officer Nick Mason. Give it up for Nick Mason, everybody. Yeah.
What up?
What up? Let me get this straight. All right. Nick Mason, everybody. Let's bring him in real right. In the hand.
Yeah. Oh man.
How you been?
Well, good, man. How you been?
Good. Trying to interview every single person I can. What's up?
Before I start, let me say this, man.
Yeah.
You are doing an incredible job, dude. I watched some of them, man. This is on point. I was wondering why you were so adamant when you had your camcorder on the ship, man. Now I see.
Now you see. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, if I would have had a lot more if I got divorced and my wife kept them damn tapes. Yeah, man, I had a bunch more, man. My hard drives. Oh, man. But it's all good, though. It's all good. I still got something to go. Yeah. All right, man. Where are you originally from?
Oh, man. I'm from a small town in Mississippi called Macon, Mississippi, man.
Macon, Mississippi. Well, I'm pretty sure you know that Mississippi is the poorest state in the union, right?
They are, but look, I'm not the poorest person, I tell you that.
Yeah. Oh man. But from Macon, Mississippi, now why did you join the Navy? What made you want to join the Navy?
I wanted to get away from Mississippi because I didn't think that, you know, of course you probably know, it's also like, you know, there's a lot of things wrong with Mississippi. There's a lot of things good, you know, about it. But I just wanted to get away, man. I wanted to do something different.
Yeah, I understand that. So you go into the recruiter's office, say, hey, I want to join the Navy. Now, when you got down to MEPS, do you remember what jobs they offered you?
Nothing. Fireman.
What's that?
Just fireman.
Fireman. Oh, the greatest job in the world, right?
Greatest job in the world. Greatest job in the world.
Undesignated fireman. I'll take it. All right. So you join the Navy out of Macon, Mississippi, go to boot camp, come out of boot camp, and you go straight to your first ship, which is the USS Kiska, which is a ammunition ship, right?
Yep. Yep.
Ammunition ship.
Auxiliary. Yep.
Yeah, auxiliary ship.
Yeah.
I think what was they like a sister ship? Was the Emory S. Land a sister ship to that? I can't remember.
There was the Shasta.
The Shasta, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you had y'all had females on there, right?
Oh, I can't say it on the podcast, but yes, we had females.
You had females. All right. Yeah. So when you got to your first ship, explain to me how'd you feel? What was it like?
I was scared, man. You think about it. I was an 18-year-old, freshly graduated, never experienced anything, never flew on an airplane,
Yeah.
So I was petrified, man. Petrified.
Heart was racing. I know my first ship. My heart was like racing, man.
Yeah.
How did the crew accept you when you got there? How was it your check-in? My check-in
was good. I had a lot of people, good people on board this ship. So my check-in was fine.
It's fine, cool. All right. USS Kiska. So you was there from 94 to 96. And you told me you got an A school off the Kiska. So you went to A school, EMA school. What made you want to be an EM?
So there now we get into the jobs that they offer.
Yeah.
So I got offered SK, of course, for the newer people that is LS. I got offered MS specialist. I got offered a couple of CB rates, engineman, machinist mate. So I had a list of choices.
Yeah. So what made you choose EM? You work with them, or you just or just something that caught your eye? What?
Yeah, I wanted to do something that was different, and I knew that electrician was the way to go because
damn straight. God damn, I should have been a GSE. Should have been a GSE. God damn. They offered it to me too. I was like yeah, hell no, I ain't even trying. So he went to EMA school, Great Lakes, from EMA school, and the Kiska was in Alameda, California. A school, and then from A school you went to the USS Warrior, which is in Ingleside, Texas. A minesweeper. Talk a little bit about minesweeper life.
Oh my God. Okay. I mean, first of all, let me say because it's so small, everybody is tight. There's a tight knit family.
Yeah.
But we did what do you call a rotational crew. So every 6 months we would go over to Bahrain and take over another mine suite, which was the USS Dexterous. We would go on that ship, and basically, I think they've since gotten rid of it. But you would take over a ship that was, that was crap.
Yeah, of course.
That's the bad thing about it. Yeah. Yeah. So you had to go on there. We had to go on there and fix everything that was broke, and taught me a lot, but I didn't like it. I didn't like
96, 97, 97, 98, 98, 99. Man, you was on a Warrior. Wow. On that crew, man. Yeah. When you left the Warrior, what was you?
I went in 2001. I left and went to Gulfport, Mississippi.
Gulfport, Mississippi.
Yeah.
When you left the Warrior, what was you? Second class?
I left the Warrior. I was a third class. I made second.
Third class.
Yeah.
Now I researched this MIUWU 212 in Gulfport, Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
and did I write down the
Yeah.
what was it? The Mobile Inshore Undersea Warfare Unit 212.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
So basically, what we did was we was a mobile. Basically, we were like I would say a mobile. We had a lot of stuff we did. We basically would pack up all our stuff, generators, all combat system stuff. We would pack up all that stuff, and we would go to different countries. Like we went over to Cuba when when everything was going on with with those. We would go over there and basically survey all incoming traffic. All incoming air, sea traffic, and we would make sure that they were basically not the enemy.
Was that shore duty?
Yeah, it was it was a type. I think it was type 2 shore duty, where it would count. It wouldn't count towards your sea time. It's all it's all shore, but you didn't stay at home. We stayed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you had left California. Did you like California when you was there? Did you like it?
I like California. Of course, back in those days, it was a little bit. Well, I ain't gonna say a little bit. It was a lot more lenient. You could do more things. So I got to explore a little bit over in California.
So you dang after A school. So from this place in what is it, Gulfport, Mississippi. And was you close to home? Was you close to home?
Well, I was about 3 hours from home.
About 3 hours from home?
Yeah.
Did you go back a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
So from Gulfport, Mississippi, you work your way from. Did you leave? You still left here third or second? Second. Yeah. So you work your way. You go to the USS Nitsa in Norfolk, Virginia. The Nitsa DDG 94.
Yeah.
So you go 2C. So how you like duty there?
It was of course, it was my second shift. Well, no, third shift. So I had experience. It was great. It was a great crew. It was pretty good. Engineering was real
tight. Nitsa. So from the Nitsa in Norfolk, Virginia, you go to the Naval Brig. And you chose the Brig?
I did. I chose the Brig because I didn't have many choices.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that. At least you got a choice, man. My that damn detailer said, "Hey, you either I was on a damn I think I was a working party or I was humping CO2 on board the ship." And he said, "Hey, my detailer called me and he's like, hey, you can either go recruiting or you can go push boots." I was like, well, I guess I'll go recruiting. Well, recruiting it is. You're going to New York, and hung up the phone on me. Bam.
Oh, man.
Like, God dang.
That's how they did you back in those days.
Yeah, they ain't care at all.
Yeah.
But for Norfolk Brig, you met King. You met our buddy King there.
Man, yeah, I met King there, man.
Oh man, King's a trip, man. Damn. So from the Norfolk Brig, then you chose your mighty US-4 Sherman. Did you choose that one?
Yes.
Chose the Ford Sherman. So you came on the Ford Sherman. So you left there second. Did you left the Nitsa? You had to leave Nitsa a first or a chief?
I left there a chief. Yeah.
You left there a chief. All right. So you was in there for 4 years playing second, first, then a chief on the Nitsa. And that's outstanding. Jeez.
Yeah.
And you went to the Norfolk Brig as a chief. from Norfolk Brig. He came on the USS 4 Sherman with us. Yeah. So how was your time on the 4 Sherman?
Oh,
a lot of people listening.
Was my growing up ship.
Yeah.
I grew up on the 4 Sherman, you know, with guys like Corey, Amari, Burles, Bree, I grew up with you guys. And you guys taught me a lot, man, because of course I was a new chief. And you guys,
I didn't even know. I didn't even know. I don't ever check anyway, but I didn't even know. Shit. As far as I know, you've been a chief forever. For real, I didn't know.
Yeah, man. But I wish, Daryl, that you could see. I wish you could see things from my eyes, instead of, because you probably you were so laid back. You didn't even know the effects that you had on people, man, because you were so laid back. But I emulated you, man, for real. Like I really did. I really did.
Yeah, that's good to know.
And I want to thank you. Before I go any further, I want to thank you, because a lot of what you instilled in me, I took it with me, man. I was like, man, like Dale is all right with me, man. Let me steal something.
I appreciate it. I was interviewing Coleman. She told me, she's like, yeah, we was at Senior Anchor and Nickerson. The engine wouldn't start. Nickerson told her he didn't get upset. He's like, something else had happened. He didn't get upset. And they said when they passed the word MP division, sign modified Zebra, they said Nickerson said, man, he flipped. he's like engine in the apartment going down, and they called. He said sign modified condition Zebra. He's like, he flipped out.
Oh man.
Oh man, but man, for sure. Yeah, and then our Art was gonna come on, was gonna make a surprise appearance, but he's on travel. Our buddy Art Minks, Chief Warrant Officer, retired. But Art Minks told me to ask you. He's like, you remember? He's like, ask Nick if he remember when he fired me and hired me back the same day.
That's so funny, man, because I was thinking about that, man. Do you remember when I came in the chief, man? Art had went into one of the boxes, one of the controllers, and it was in the galley, it was in the scullery. Man, Art in there with a doggone butter knife, man. Man, turning screws, man. Man, I walked into that. Man, I'm telling you something. I love Art to death, man, but Art almost gave me a heart attack, man. I ain't even lie to you.
Art up in the guy with a butter knife.
With a butter knife, man. You know what? I had never seen that from, I had never seen that from anybody, man. I'm like, man, you gotta be kidding me, man. But he's a good dude, man. I love him. I love it.
Yeah, all right, Art, man. Shout out to Art. Yeah, okay. I actually questioned Art.
Oh, man.
So we was going through, that dang training cycle, and actually me and Art talked about it. All our first classes left. When I sat back and I thought about it, I was like, man, niggas in the middle was running this bad boy when they left. Boy, I was like, holy cow, man, And me and Art was talking about that. And when that inspection cycle ended, it was like you almost seemed like you ran off the bus. You got your bus and you bounced. They small boated you off there too, right?
Man, because hey man, I don't know why the CEO thought that I could run 3 damn divisions, man. And I was running MP, I was running E division and A gang. And I was like, man, look, bro. Like, I don't know who you think I am, but you can give me some
crazy.
help.
Yeah. So after that inspection, was Chief Warrant Officer always in your plan?
No. Be honest with you. I thought I was gonna retire, senior chief, master chief. Even if I had retired as chief, that's what I was, that's what I planned on. And I'll tell you who changed my mind, man. It was and I forgot to mention E.
Yeah.
Yeah, he changed my mind, man. He told me, he said, you basically, if you don't, you've done what you needed to do as a, So he told me to put my package in, and I did it. I put my package in.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to E. Amelius.
Yeah.
All right. That's for real. I got to get him on here. So Fort Sherman, you leave the Fort Sherman as a Chief Warrant Officer. So after Fort Sherman, Chief Warrant Officer, you head to the USS George Washington. What was your position on the George Washington?
Well, first I went to the TR.
You went to the TR. Okay.
Yeah. So that was my first. That was my first tour as an officer, and I was a fire marshal.
Okay.
Best job, man.
I was getting ready to say, everybody always say the fire marshal is the best job you could ever get on the carrier.
You know what, Darryl? It fit me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I was the type of person, I didn't want to work for nobody else. So as fire marshal, we worked straight for the XO. So I ain't have to answer to nobody. I basically did, I ran it the way that I wanted to run it, and it was a successful tour. And it was great, man.
George TR. You went to the TR, then you went to the Washington?
Yeah, so the thing about that is the TR was getting moved over to the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
And the George Washington was coming here. So basically, I called a detail. I didn't want to go to California again, man. So I called a detail. I'm like, look, I say, I don't want to go to no damn California. I ain't even lie to you. He said, hey, call the fire marshal on the George Washington and asked them if they would swap with you. So I called she was the former DC senior chief, and she didn't want to come here. She wanted to stay in California. So it worked out.
That's
perfect.
sweet. Oh man, that's sweet.
Man, if you could work out thing with a detailer, they love it. They love that because you basically doing their job. So
doing their job. Yeah, make his job easier. So that's sweet. So you came back on the George Washington.
Yeah.
Did 2 years on there as a fire marshal.
Yep.
2 years on there. Loving life. Yep. And then after the George Washington, did you choose the Mesa Verde?
Yes.
That's the ship Bree was on, I believe. No, that's not the one.
No, that's not the one. I think she was. I don't forget which one she was on. I can't remember.
Okay, I think maybe she was on one of them. Mesa Verde. What'd you go there as?
Ooh, goodness gracious. MPA.
Oh man. Now you gotta work.
Man, Dad, when I tell you they worked the dog crap out of me, man.
Man.
It wasn't my worst. I learned a whole lot. Don't get me wrong. I learned a whole lot. But man, they relied on me so much to where I honestly went to the CO and said, hey, I'm not standing duty, man. I really did. I went to him and I said, I'm not standing duty because I don't leave this ship till 8 o'clock every night. Y'all at home chilling with your wives and crap. So I'm going home. I'm going home every day. The CO was like, okay, well, okay.
Really? You go to the CO and say you ain't standing duty, and he told you that's all right.
Yeah. Well, hey, bro, I didn't hold my tongue when I put that dog on. When I put on warrant, I ain't hold my tongue. I already getting older at first. So now it's like I got the green light to just, man, I was a menace on that ship.
And you know, I know Bree was on one of these types of ships, and she was telling me that it was like, you know, they wanted her to do every damn thing. And they said she was working her tail off on that ship, and you said the same thing.
Yeah, because the LPDs, what they did is that they manned the ship. You know, they told you how many people that, you know, that engineering department, you know, needs to have. But the thing about it is that they try to make it like a skeleton crew. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's like we
got. She ain't had enough people.
Right, like we got this console. We don't need no watch standard. And then when the console go down, you know what I'm saying? Now we ain't got no watch standard to stand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, like, but of course they had me in charge of watch bureau writing. Man, bro, that was
a challenge. I know, right? No watch bureau. I know that's a challenge.
What?
Yeah, people falling off left and right. I remember on Fort Sherman trying to rock that watch bill. Cats falling off left and right. You move them cats around like a chess trying to keep a watch bill so everybody won't be port and starboard. You know, it's like, God damn, that should drive you nuts. You like changing that bitch like every day.
Yeah. That's how it was.
Yeah, USS Mesa Verde. So from the Mesa Verde, you go to your port ops. At port ops, that's when you put in your papers.
Yeah.
I always heard duty there was pretty laid back, you know.
Port ops.
Port ops. Yeah, port ops.
Yeah, it's the job that I had was kind of tedious because I owned a lot of stuff. You know, you're talking about boats and, you know, equipment, mobile equipment, you know, all types of stuff, and not to mention programs. You know, you got to keep going, and you know, it gave me. I could do my job and go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew what I had to do, so I would do it and go home. You know, I didn't stay around like I did, you know, on the ship where I hung around, you know, just because. No, I went home, and I was glad for that. I was really glad.
So, what in your mind made you? So, how many years total did you do in the Navy?
I did 27 years. You
did 27 years, right? What made you decide to retire and not go to the 30? What was that trigger that said it's time for me to go home?
I was tired. That was, you know, I was really tired. Like I had a couple of things that had my nephew who was 21 years old passed away, you know, and that was during COVID, so I couldn't go to support my sister, you know, and that really hurt me, you know, it really did. It hurt me. You know, people look at you and they say, "Oh, well, you're a warrant officer, or you're, you know, you should be a man." Let me tell you something. That part of my life, when my nephew passed away and I couldn't go, that really had a lot to do with, you know, with me. Yeah. Deciding to hang it up.
Yeah. Family will do that to you, you know. Yeah. And then you know, I was on the Halliburton. I mean, I think we was underway for 14 days on a 6-month cruise, and they told me my grandmama died. I was like, God, man. Yeah. I was like, it's like, you want to fly it back? You know, once we reach, you know, the med, we can fly it back. I was like, nah, ain't no reason to. She just want me. She told me not to come back. Yeah, but I understand, man. It's like, God, man. And then they let you know, you're like, damn, man, you know, I want to go back, but, you know, I got to stay. Yeah. Now, one of the things that really, you know, upset me, because I was going through a transition at the time, and I think it was either Art or Bree that told me, they said, hey, man, Nick in the hospital. I was like, wow, I ain't know, but a lot of people didn't know. So,
Yeah.
You suffered a medical issue that sent you to the hospital. What happened?
Okay, man. Well, let me start out by saying I don't talk about it a whole lot. I think I don't talk about it as much as I need to because I feel like I could. So let me start out by saying, and I'm looking right at everybody, take care of yourself. Do not let this military dictate how you take care of yourself. Don't do it. If there's something wrong with you, go to the doctor. Okay. So let me start out. I was in the house. My wife had, of course, she go gets her hair done every week, like we superstars or something. But anyway, I digress. So, but I was home. She was at the hairdresser, and I got this pain in my chest. It felt. I tell you exactly what it felt like. It felt like you ever had one of those things that sticks in your throat and you try to swallow and you can't get rid of it. Like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
Like this it felt like a bubble, like a gas bubble.
Yeah.
Right. So something God said to me, call the ambulance. So I picked up the phone, and as I was calling the ambulance, my legs went numb, totally numb, and I fell. So I called the ambulance, and she said, she asked me if I could crawl to the door. And I said, yes, I can crawl to the door. So I crawled. They got me in the ambulance. Now, a lot of stuff there, and I tell you why. A lot of stuff is kind of, so be patient with me. It's kind of,
I understand.
I'm going to tell you everything that my wife told me. So
yeah,
I went to the hospital. But my wife got a call, and, she's like, he done just ate something, and this is what she's telling me, like, he done ate something, and he ain't got no business eating it, and now he, got heartburn. So I get to the doctor, and this is what my wife told me. And she said that I couldn't be still because my back was hurt, right? Yeah. Excruciating pain. So she said the doctors were in the room, and they were, she could hear them whispering, and is it what we think it is? What is it? So the doctor comes in and he says, get them ready. We got to take them into surgery right now. So I had to go into 24-hour surgery. They had to leave my chest open because it was bleeding. They had to go in there and clean my chest out after they did the open heart surgery. They had to go in and clean keep going in and clean my chest out. I was in a coma for 3.5 weeks. So when I woke up, now, the whole time, my wife, who is a God sent, man, bro, I'm getting choked up just talking about it. But the doctor told my wife, there's a 50-50 chance he'll live. If he don't get any better during the night and everything, he's not going to make it. So, they prepared my wife, hey, if I was you, I would call the family and tell them to get here now. So, time goes on, and I'm skipping a whole lot because I was out. I didn't know what was going on. So when I remember coming to, I can remember my wife walking around in the hospital room. I'm like, who is this? Like, who's this lady? I didn't even know who my wife was,
Wow.
Like, who's this lady? That's Keith. And she would come every day. I'm like, why is she? Okay. So, and I'm going to tell you about some of the dreams I had, man. But, so I stayed in the hospital. I was there 4 months, man. I went through so much, man. There were times that I didn't want to live. And it's real. It is real. When people tell you about suicide and wanting to take their life, it's real, man. It's real. So, you know, I didn't want to live. I wanted to die because guess what, Daryl? I couldn't move. I couldn't do nothing for myself. I had to learn. I couldn't talk. I had this ventilator on my, you know, in my throat, my trachea, breathing for me. I was on the ECMO machine. You know, have you ever heard of ECMO?
I ain't never heard of that.
Okay, what is that? ECMO machine basically pumps your heart. It gives your heart time to rest. It basically, they put you on a machine and it pumps your heart. So it gives your body, you know, a chance to rest and everything. But the ECMO machine, I had limbs that died. My big toe on my right side, on my left side, died. The end of my toe fell off because they don't care. I laid there for so long. They don't care about nothing else. If your toe fall off, okay, so be it. Our job is to keep his heart pumping. So, you know, they kept my heart pumping with the ECMO machine. And there slowly I could see things changing and getting better. If you saw me last year I think I came home April 22. So it was a year before. You seen me a year before that, I weighed 135 pounds. I couldn't walk. I had to learn how to walk again. I couldn't talk because the trachea was in my neck for so long. So I was raspy. You know, I couldn't talk. Nobody could understand me. And Daryl, when I tell you that your voice is one of the most important things, because I had no voice. And the person that I was for all those years, this person that, you know, rah, you know, let's go, let's get it, you know. The person I wasn't, that's why I was so depressed. Because I couldn't do it. Dang. My wife, who still does it, had to take care of me like basically like a baby. Like, wow. She had to clean me, you know. I would, you know, of course I couldn't go to the bathroom. So I would, you know, do things and she would take care of me. Man, listen, bro. It would have been so easy for her to say, you know what, I can't handle this. I'm out of here. But man, Lord, God be, I'm telling you, man. But okay, I came home.
Sorry to interrupt you, Nick. But what was exactly wrong? What was exactly wrong? Did you have a heart attack? Did you have blockage? What was going on?
I had an aortic dissection. So I'm gonna give you one famous person that a lot of people don't make it through it. If you look at, you remember Three's Company, John Ritter?
Yeah.
He died from a aortic dissection. So here's the thing. All right, I'm gonna explain to you. And this is how I got it. So there is a artery that runs down your back. It's your aorta. So what it was, my aorta, which is a vein basically, was tearing. So if with your aorta, if it ruptures, you die instantly, like that. So that's why they couldn't let me move. They didn't want me to move because if I had moved and I moved a certain way, it could have possibly just tore and I would have died instantly. Wow. So they had to strap me down basically so I wouldn't move. So you know, I went through that hospital, man. It was, you know, going through physical therapy and everything, man. You know, my doctor, first of all, my doctors, man, Dr. Unger. His name is Dr. Unger. He's like one of those, I'm gonna tell you, he's about 6'3", white guy, and he ain't got no facial expression on his face. None. And he would tell my wife everything. I mean, he didn't hold nothing back. So my family, who just adores my wife, you know, she kept them abreast on everything. She did not hold anything back, nothing. So, you know, the entire 4 months that I stayed there, you know, basically, you know, after the surgery, of course, if you don't move, your muscles, you know, get weaker. And you know, so I was all skin and bones. I didn't have no muscle, period. You know, I couldn't walk, lay up in the hospital bed, you know. The nurses would have to come in, clean me. And I was there for so long. Of course, I developed a relationship with them, you know. And the doctor, I went for a checkup, and I seen the doctor, and the doctor said, you know, if it was 5 years ago, you wouldn't have made it, no doubt. Like you wouldn't be here, like really. So they had to graft. He had to graft an artery, basically. He had to graft it, basically making a new artery.
God dang.
So it was one of those things, man. You know,
was it like it ripped because of stress, not eating right, just not taking care of yourself
so
like you should?
Let me go and break it down. Glad you asked that question, Dad. Good job. So for a long time, I was supposed to be on cholesterol medication. So I remember I was on the Mesa Verde in the yards, and I went to Doc, and I said, hey, you know, my head's spinning a little bit. I don't feel too good. He said, hey, took me in the bag. He checked everything, my cholesterol and all that. He said, I'm gonna prescribe these pills. You know, guess what I did with the pills?
Toss them just like I do my high blood pressure.
Man, I'm MTA. I don't need no doggone pill. What are you pills for?
Yeah.
You know, as sad as that sounds, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, Daryl, it's true, man. You know, and I was supposed to be taking, and when the doctor said, you know, what causes that, you know, cholesterol, you know, blood pressure, all this stuff, I'm sitting there like, yeah, I feel like an idiot because I didn't even take care of myself. But, you know, came home. Basically, like I told you, I had to learn how to walk again. My talking wasn't there. You know, I weighed 135 pounds. I had a walker, you know, that I would have to walk with, you know. And, you know, from a walker, you know, with all my doctors nurses who would come by and help me, you know, physical therapists who would come, man, it was a scary situation, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gosh, man. I can't even imagine going through all that.
Oh, I forgot. So I had a stroke.
A stroke.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. So the doctor told me told my wife that, you know, because of the stress from his heart, he's very susceptible to having a stroke. So they kind of got her ready for that. So my right side, these two fingers from right here all the way down, all the way to the fifth side is numb. My whole right side is numb. My leg, I got a limp. I can barely, you know, lift my. But if you saw me, you probably, if I'm sitting down, you probably be able to tell. Unless I take my shirt off and you see the stars, you know. But, you know, just going through that, man, is opened my eyes up. So my dad lived through that, and he passed away in June of last year. So he lived through that. I'm so thankful, you know, that he got a chance to see me get better. Oh, he would not, he would not want anything to happen to his baby boy. So after that, you know, I still go to all my cardiologists and all my doctors, or I got to do everything's changed now. So I got to do I got.
That's like a lifestyle change.
My life is not the same.
No.
Yeah. Before I go to the dentist, I have to take uh, antibiotics because the dentist, when they clean your mouth is supposed to go straight to your heart.
Yeah.
So they was like, no, you can't. You got to take these pills. If you don't take these pills, you can get something and an infection and you can die. So not only that, but I have to be careful with walking upstairs. Sometimes I get beside myself and I'll try to, without grabbing the rail, and I almost bust my behind one day, it humbles me.
Hard-headed, being hard-headed.
Like, so it was just I thank everybody for your prayers, because prayer changes. I'm telling you, changes things, man.
I tell you, man.
Yeah, because I'm not supposed to be here. I ain't even lie to you. And I'm supposed to be another one of the statistic. Black men, heart attack.
Heart attack. That's how my grandfather died. Stroke.
Yeah.
My grandfather used to work for the Parks and Recreation Services, and he was driving around one of the big truck with two of his friends. And the guy told me, he's like, man, your dad's a hero because we would all die. And I was like, well, my granddad did. He's like, he was driving, he pulled the car to the side, and we was wondering what's going on, Johnny. He drove the car to the side of the road, looked at them, and put his head on the steering wheel. Died of a massive stroke right there. And they freaked him out so bad because, he pulled over to the side of the road for them. So they was all, they'd all be safe. But I was like, wow, man. Yeah. But a lot of people out there, this is a message for everybody out there that's in the Navy now. And, you're in there. I used to live on the ship eating all that good food, going out eating that fast food, not working out. And, then them problems, you ain't getting no younger. You're getting older each day.
Yeah,
and that stuff come up to sneak on you, and just like say, like I told, they get the lady said taking blood pressure pills. I'm like, and I ain't taking no blood pressure pills. You know what that do to you? You know what that do to you? Right. until she's like, okay, you can either accept this, or we can get your, you can offer you your condolences now because you ain't gonna be around so long. So I was like, all right, I'll start taking them. I told the lady doctor I was gonna take them, but the man doctor came and talked to me. He was like, what the hell wrong with you? He's like, man, you need to take these pills, man. And I started taking them. Thank God, and I started working out. But yeah, let this be a lesson, man. You need to take care of yourself. Yeah. Because the Navy is a stressful stress. Take a toll on your body, all the stress we go through. And then if you don't take care of your body, eat right, do the exercises, by the time you get out, you'll be all worn out. Yeah. And unfortunately,
I think about a whole lot too, Derek. You asked me, you said, what made you retire? What made you want to retire? You asked me that question. Yeah. So I ask you this: if I hadn't retired, where would I be?
Oh my gosh!
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't no way. Every piece, Daryl, had to be in place, right? Yeah. I had to have retired. I had to have went to Norfolk Heart Hospital, which is one of the top heart hospitals in the country. I had to be in that position to go there in order to live. Because if anything had changed, if I had not retired, man, there ain't no way I'd have been on the ship and they would have known what to do. It ain't no way.
No. There'd have been too much time. Everybody freaking, they got to get them off the ship, Right. All kinds of stuff would have happened. But yeah.
But I would have went to the doc and I would have told him, man, I got this heartburn. And he would say, here, take these Motrin.
You be all right.
And I went back, probably laid my rack and probably never woke up. But anyway,
Gosh, man.
Those things happen. All that stuff happened for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
When I got home, I couldn't eat. I had I can't tell you that. I had a feeding tube, so I couldn't eat. The doctors had told me, because I was throwing up, my esophagus was so agitated, every time I ate something, I would throw up. So the doctors had me on a no eating, nothing, no eating for weeks, man.
You couldn't eat for weeks.
They were giving
you couldn't eat for weeks? No,
yeah.
You was on a liquid, basically a liquid diet.
Yeah. So I would take what's it called? Man, I can't remember what's called. I cannot remember. But it's basically a Ensure, basically kind of like Ensure.
Okay, all right. Just give you some nutrients.
Yes, they would come in. And nurses would feed me, give me my medicine. You know, bro, I remember laying in that bed and the nurses coming in and giving me my medication. They would shoot me in my stomach, you know. But I would honestly, when I knew that the nurses was coming, I would sit there and I would just sob because I didn't want to take the medication. I didn't want to throw up. I didn't want to, you know, this was the lowest point in my life that I had ever been in. I couldn't do, you know, nothing. It was like I was a baby, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
after all these years of being in charge, leading people, seem like you're Superman. And then to be, you know, dang near helpless. Like a kid, having somebody take care of you, man. God, man. That's crazy.
I was on dialysis.
God, man.
Yeah. My wife said that they would come in the room and lift my sheets up to check me, and it would be a puddle of blood. You know, my rectum was dying. So they had to put stents in my rectum so that it would, you know, wouldn't die. And of course, if that happened, then now you need a colostomy bag. You know?
Colostomy bag. I'm like, God. I mean, it's like one thing after the other. Just it's like your body won't damn near breaking down.
But
you know, you can't eat. It's like,
you know what, Darryl? You know what I can say though? Thank you, God, Jesus Christ. It worked in reverse for me also.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember getting off dialysis. I can remember, you know, just things getting better. You know, they would come in there and they would say, "Oh, we're gonna take this catheter out you." But I ain't want that, but it's like, we're gonna take this catheter out you because you are able to, you know, urinate on your own. I'm like, okay, So, you know, it was also things that was good, you know. Like, you know, it wasn't all bad.
You know, every step you took, something took away, basically giving you your life back, your freedom back, and you became into your own self again, pretty much. You know, and that build up to the point where, you know, all you gotta do is get checkups and shit. God, man, that gotta have been a hell of a journey. Oh my gosh, you're right, man. Only God, you know, could place you, and it made sure, you know, just the different steps that it took for you to put you at your lowest, and then work your way back up, you know, until you were now. It's like, oh, thank the Lord. You know, I was like,
but you know, when people say people can hear you if you're in a coma, it's true. It's true. I can tell you that right now. It's true. Because I tell you why.
You can hear people? Okay.
Yeah, I tell you why. Because my wife never told me that they gave me blood. But guess what dream I had? I dreamed that they were giving me blood.
Wow.
That was one of my dreams that I remember. It would be this, I can't remember. It was this nurse that would come in. And my mama would come. I'm the baby, and my mama treats me as such. She treats me like a baby. So my mama would come in there and she would talk to me like she always talked to me. Me growing up, she talked to me like a baby, you know. and she would come in and she would talk to me, and I honestly remember. I remember my mom. I remember my sister coming in. But I know I couldn't move. I know that, that I couldn't get up and say, okay, well, I'm going home. And I knew that. But I would just, it was magical, man. Like it was something that, it wasn't, I am glad that I know that this might sound bad, but I'm kind of glad I experienced it because it made me appreciate life more.
Mm-hmm.
It made me say, okay, well, I don't need to be, eating, all this pork, and I don't need to be eating all this, I need some vegetables. I need, stuff like that. Like it was really, it was okay. It was, yeah.
That's one thing. You're almost just like my grandfather, because he had a scare before the major stroke, and when he came out that hospital, I mean, because he used to drink. I mean, he used to drink, get drunk all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Come home cussing out everybody. And when that scare happened, when he went to the hospital, when he came out, he was a totally different person. I was like, who the hell is this dude? He don't even curse. He don't drink no more. He eating right. You don't want no bacon? I'm like, wow. I'm like, boy, that hospital changed. That hospital, I can believe he could be changed. But that hospital changed his life. And then I experienced a totally different person. A totally different person from the person before that went in that hospital. Before he'd be like, hey, go over there and kick that little boy ass over there. And then when he came out the hospital, he's like, hey, you can't do that no more. Totally changed person.
I don't drink no more and I don't miss it.
Yeah, man. Gosh, man. That's a story right there, man. All right, but what's your wife's name?
Yvette.
Wife. What is that?
Yvette.
Yvette.
It's like Yvette, spelled Yvette.
Yvette. Oh man. Shout out to Yvette Mason, man. I tell you, man. Going through times like that's when you need somebody, and when you get through it, man, that's an ace right there. I tell you, you can't get no better than that. So shout out to Yvette Mason, man. Thank her. Oh my goodness, man.
Man.
So, if from all that, are you feeling all right? You feeling all right now?
I have my days, like the doctor told me, you'll never be the same. Like he said you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have good days. You just have to, if you have a bad day, don't be up, trying. He said, don't, be trying to say, well, oh, I'll be okay, sit down for a little bit, or you don't have to be, you're retired. So, I draw my Social Security. Retirement, disability, life is good, man. It's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. So pretty much you're homebound, you're homebound. You can't really stress yourself out.
Nope.
No more stress basically for you. You gotta take it easy. It just ain't no freaking, hey, I'm gonna take on something, put more stress on me. I got it.
That second chance.
You might not get that second chance, so you're gonna take it as easy as possible. Keep that heart pumping as low as possible. Keep that heart rate as low as possible. No stress. I don't blame you, man. If you can do, oh my goodness, man, that was awesome. Now looking at the duty stations that you went to, Chronicle, it seems like you methodically made your way from the West Coast. Really, you was almost in the middle where you started from, Mississippi,
Yeah.
Then you went to California,
Mm-hmm.
and you methodically worked your way, back to the middle,
Mm-hmm.
down there in Gulfport, Mississippi. Then you came back to Norfolk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was that a plan of yours to come to the East Coast, or you just took orders wherever?
I just took orders wherever. I didn't shy away from, if they said, hey, we got this, or this, then most of the time I would ask him, hey, well, what's the best one? He would tell me, hey, if I was you, I would take this. So,
Mm-hmm.
Worked out for me, even if he was lying about it, it worked out.
Oh man. So we heard about Yvette, the saint. She's up there in sainthood now. Kids all right, doing all right?
Oh yeah. All my kids, my oldest, not my oldest, but my youngest is 21. So they all, I take care of grandkids now.
Oh man, granddad. You granddad now.
Oh yeah.
Granddad always home.
Yeah.
That's good though. That's good. My kids, my oldest, she in the 10th grade.
Yeah.
10th grade. Son, eighth grade. Eighth grade. It's just when I retired, my son was still in damn diapers, I think. I was like crazy. But yeah, man, that combination of you starting out in Mississippi, working your way up, and then getting out, return as a Chief Warrant Officer.
Mm-hmm.
And what I tell the guys that I meet out here, I'm like, man, even if you just do 4 years, you don't got to be out. You just do 4 years, get your benefits, and go and do what you got to do. But let me tell you something: the military changes lives.
Yeah,
it changes lives. It changed It changed. I tell. I go back home and I was like, shoot, if I ain't going to the military, I stayed in Charleston, I could be knocking you upside your head right now and taking your stuff. I could be doing all kinds of stuff. But the military changes lives, and that's the reason I do this, to show everybody out there that, man, people come from dang near almost nothing, and then by the time it's all said and done with, they got something that they're well respected, well known, and of course that check don't hurt either.
Never. Yeah, sure.
But right now, what we like to do for we call it the shipmate shout out. Shipmate shout out. All right, you can shout out any shipmate out there that you've been thinking about, that somebody you came up with that you like to thank. If it wasn't for you, anybody you want to. It's your floor is yours.
Okay. First off, I'm gonna shout out to his name is Daniel Farini. He is a retired senior chief, and there, every one of us needs that mentor in their life.
Oh yeah.
I can remember sitting in CCS on the mine suite and him grilling me, asking me questions, man. The test would be, I think this is when I take the third class test. And man, he would just grill. And it made me, I didn't want to look bad in front of him. So whatever he asked me and I didn't know, man, I would leave out watch, and I would go and I would find out, I would find it, and I would come back, and I would do this. So I want to give a shout out to him, because he was one of my first senior inspiration in my life. Definitely the crew of Forrest Sherman. you know, even some of the guys that were not in engineering, like Mari and you know, Corey, and yeah, all those guys, man, who didn't care that we was engineering. You know, they you know, they were just good people. And it shows. Look at them. They all, you know, Master Chiefs and you know, it's crazy. But shout out to Amelia's. That's my boy forever. You know, shout out to my wife, my beautiful wife. Man, and all the you know, all the people that hopefully I have touched in my career. I hope that, because that's what I did strive for. I really do. And you know, and that's it. I just thank God that, you know, that I had the career that I had.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, if you go look at some of my interviews of the people in engineering, some got something to say about you. It's all good too. It's all good too. Coleman was like, yeah, I like Chief Mason when our Chief Mason took over. I was mad. Oh man, it's all good though. It's all good. Yeah, man. But yeah, we want to thank you for coming on here and sharing your story, man. That was an experience that was that was a journey almost, you know, from going to your lowest and then rising back up, you know, and at least you're here healthy and you're here with us to share with us. And we really
I thank you for having me, man. I really do.
I appreciate you coming on, brother. All right. And everybody out there, once again, this is retired Chief Warrant Officer Mason, Nick Mason. Y'all may have known him as Electrician's Mate Chief, Surface Warfare, Nick Mason. But we give him a hand. Time out again. All right. Again, brother, thank you. Sign off.
Don't be no stranger, man.
All right. And you know, you're on the list, man. You're on the list. Like I told everybody, what my plan is, you know, before I go meet that big man in the sky, what I'm gonna do is everybody in different spots. So me and my wife, we could travel. We could say, hey man, I'm coming in your area. You know, let me know where you want to eat at. We could go out with the wives, have a good time, you know. And but that's what I'm gonna start doing this year. Doing this year. So all right, man, I'm gonna be in touch. So you still in Norfolk? You stayed in Norfolk, right? You know,
I'm actually in Smithfield. I'm out here with the white folk in the country.
Smithfield. That's where Coleman used to recruit out of. That's Smithfield recruiting station. That's what Coleman used to recruit out of.
Really?
Yeah, Smithfield recruiting station. That's where she was at. Yeah, man, them dudes be wanting to get out of there, boy. That recruiting station be doing good business out there. They don't want nothing to do with that area. Hey, everybody that's watching out there. Hey, we appreciate you watching. Again, we got some more live interviews coming. Again, thank you to our brother, retired Chief Warrant Officer Mason. Interesting story of bravery, making it through, coming through. He's still here with us. Again, thank you to Senior Chief Starks signing off from Snipes Castle. Again, we'll see you next time. All right, everybody have a good weekend. And we'll see you next week. All right, take it easy, bro.
All right, you too, man.
Hard work, that's what they say. Hard work, I earn my pay.